Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we bought a zoo. Okay, we didn't bought a zoo, but the film is we bought a zoo. It's from 20th Century Fox, part of the acquisition. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes long, and it's from 2011. It's 10 years old at this point, and I have seen this 10 years ago in the theaters, and not only that, but we've just broken our longest streak of new things that I haven't seen before on Disney Plus. We went until today. We went 33 straight days of new stuff. That's kind of astounding. I mean, I we've watched what this is 700 something. I've lost track. We're almost at 720. And yeah, and I've more than 600 of those items have been brand new items, and that's kind of cool for me because yeah, it's some of the stuff I would never choose to watch, and some of the stuff I've wanted to but never have. But hey, here we are. But today we're talking about something I have seen before, and I rewatched it for the first time in 10 years, and it holds up. It's a Cameron Crowe film. Might know him as the director of things like Singles and Almost Famous, Jerry Maguire, Vanilla Sky. He does a lot of Tom Cruise stuff, and he's also known for his love of classic rock, and it just his soundtracks are as much a part of his films as the pictures and the people in them. So yeah, it's one of those things where peppered in the right song at the right time. Tom Petty and that's the only one I can think of at the moment. But yeah, you'll recognize if you're my age, you'll recognize so many of the songs in this thing. It's it's kind of cool. And whenever there's a moment where they gotta pull back from the dialogue and just see things happening, yeah, he drops in literally a needle drop. That the studio, his studio is called Vinyl Films. So, and when you see the production slate, it actually you can hear a vinyl record, a needle on a record being played. Anyway, this stars Matt Damon, Scarlett Johansson, Thomas Hayden Church, uh, what's her name? Oh, Elle Fanning, and also this little girl. She's like 7 or 8 in this thing. Uh, where is she? What's her name? Oh, come on, you're gonna make me tap on her name. Maggie Elizabeth Jones. She's super tiny, but since it's been 10 years now, she's all grown up by now, I'm sure. But she's adorable, and she's gotten so much. She got a lot of praise for her time when she was in this role. I'm pretty critical of kid actors because a lot of times they just sort of, well, we can't be too hard on them. They're just kids, and they're the best one we could find out of all the other ones we auditioned. This girl is amazing. She's really good. She's got the right attitude. She says her lines believably. She acts like a 7, 8 year old, whatever. She's a kid, and it's rare to see that in most productions. So yeah, uh, it's also good to see Thomas Hayden Church not play a creepy bad guy. Yes, he's kind of a creep in this one to a certain degree. He's just the more pragmatic of the two brothers. He's brothers. He plays the brother of Matt Damon's character Benjamin. He plays Thomas. Oh wait, no, he plays. Sorry, he plays Duncan. Duncan. His name is Thomas Hayden Church. So yeah, basically what we deal with in the story is, and I'm not going to spoil it for you if you have not seen this. A lot of people may not have seen it. It's not originally a Disney thing, so maybe it just fell by the wayside and you never saw it. It's actually a good family film, and that's not something you can always say about Cameron Crowe's stuff. It's usually a bit more mature, um, but I mean that's regardless. It's actually based on a true story. Benjamin Mee is the character in this. It's actually based on uh, the origin story of a zoo in Dartmoor in the UK. So instead, they moved the entire story to, I guess, central Southern California. I'm thinking. I'm not exactly sure. I tried to look it up and I'm like, oh, wait. At the very end, they tell you it's based on Dartmoor, and that's very much in the UK. So it's not, there's no California zoo you can go visit that this is based on. Sorry. Um, anyway, this guy played by Matt Damon, Benjamin, he and his two kids, his son who's at 14, his daughter's like 7 or 8, they are dealing with the loss the kids are dealing with the loss of their mother, and his wife. We're guessing that she died of cancer about 6 months prior to the start of this film, and they're all dealing with it in their own ways. The son is acting out at school. He's getting suspended a lot. The daughter, she kind of is just taking it for as it is, and she asks the big hard questions when the most inappropriate times, like, did mommy was mommy in pain, at the time. It's so people who may have lost somebody recently, this might be a very sensitive kind of story for them. But I think this is also kind of it's sort of like a 2 hour therapy session, in a sense. It's dealing with um, facing towards the future as compared to the past, not trying to let go of the past, and yet still treasure it for the great things that it's given you. And so it's a struggle for Benjamin to. He used to be a storyteller. He used to be a guy who would take humongous risks around the world, talking to very dangerous people. He was like a reporter that would travel around the world. And put himself in a lot of danger, and until he found a wife. Well, and I think he was still doing it while he was married and had kids, but when he lost her, he kind of shut it down for the most part, and he invested himself fully in just trying to get by and raise his kids. And yeah, it's not easy. It's super difficult. Even though pretty much every woman at the school he drops his kids off at, well, he drops his daughter off, every woman is just like, that guy looks like Matt Damon. So yeah, he's a hot single widower dad that women are just crazy hot for. It's kind of funny. I mean, this is a drama, very much a drama, but it has big bits of humor. There's lots of humor throughout this, so don't expect it to be a weepy, sad, heart-rending drama. Yeah, there are moments that will break your heart, but at the same time, there's lots of big laugh moments too. Anyway, he decides that they're gonna start fresh. They're gonna move somewhere else, and in the process of this, they come across a house that JB Smoove is the realtor. He takes him to this place, and he's like, okay, well, there's a problem with this property. It's a zoo. And so at this point, of course, I'm not really spoiling anything because it's in the title. They buy the property and everything that comes with it, including the zoo with animals already in it and people who maintain it. So he's not doing this all himself. And one of those people, kind of leading the pack, is Scarlett Johansson, who we're meant to believe is some kind of homely loner who lives with her mother and never goes out. And but yet everybody who looks at her is like, hey, you're pretty, pretty much, and either in a creepy way or in a genuine way. That's, they're actually attracted to her and not just, creepy. So, but yeah, it's, or because she's female, and that's what you do when you see a female. You grunt and beat your chest, and she will come to you. Either way, so yeah, she's sort of heading up the very odd collection of people that know how to run a zoo, and kind of the money that that Matt Damon, or Benjamin, received after his wife's death, his life insurance policy, I guess. Well, he's going to make the best of it, and he takes on the zoo full force, and it's not easy. So that's all I'm going to tell you. You have to see it to understand what goes into it, but you kind of got to figure it turns out all right. So no matter what they kind of go through, it works out in the end. And it's one of those films that, whether it's, you're doing drama, you're doing comedy, but not like Will Ferrell slapstick kind of comedy kind of thing. It's not the Marx Brothers. That's an old reference. It's still, when it comes right down to it, it's a story about family, It's about dealing with your loss and finding uh, a new adventure that doesn't forget the past but still builds towards something new. And it's a nice message, nice story. The characters are appealing, and you get the the struggle between dad and his parents, the struggle with maybe these two. Uh, you know, it's kind of a it's probably one of Cameron Crowe's more less risky storytelling choices, but it's fine. It works out, and I think it's highly, yes, it's a bit more commercial than some of his other things, but I don't think it did as well as some of his other stuff. Either way, uh, it's a good movie. It's something you might enjoy as a family or just kicking back. The stakes aren't super high. You might shed a tear. At the same time, you might you know it's one of those films that gives you one of those elated feelings after people struggle so much and go through so much, that to see the surprise along with them, that it was worth what they tried to do. So yeah, you get what I'm saying. But anyway, I was about to pick the next episode. But yeah, so if you get a chance, it's just something. I was surprised to see that it was on Disney Plus, but it is one of those 20th Century Fox acquisitions, and it's something. If you like Cameron Crowe, if you have no idea who he is, it's a pretty safe night at the movies at home on Disney Plus. What I'm going to do now is not pick a random episode, because we're coming up on Halloween here, and I'm going to pick the next two nights. They're going to be Halloween, and the third one, well, you know what happens on November 1st. Well, I have that one already picked out as well. So the next two nights are already picked out. Tomorrow is going to be Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales, because I've been wanting to see that, and I haven't had a chance, and why not do it while I'm forcing myself, and then I'll talk about it with you. Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. The image shows me a Poe Dameron with a BB-8 Lego characters. So that's all I can expect. I don't know what to expect. It's like a 45-minute or so long animated episode. So we're gonna watch that. Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.